Well, up first today, the legendary drummer of the iconic British rock band Def Leppard, best known for his music, is now creating beautiful art on canvas.
That's right, and you're going to be able to see that artwork and come meet him this weekend at the Wentworth Galleries in Bethesda and Tyson's Galleria. So please join us today in welcoming none other than Rick Allen in the house. Hey, Rick!
That's
good
lovely.
to see you.
What a nice welcome. Thank you.
What a nice opportunity for us to get to talk to you. Before we get into your artwork, let's talk about your amazing career as a musician. And you started when you were 15 years old?
Well, I've been playing drums since I was about 10 years old, and at the ripe old age of sort of 14, I decided I wanted to give up the business. So, you know, it was a difficult time. I was playing with local bands, and they were all playing cover songs, and I really wanted to break out and do something more. And we saw this article in the newspaper, and it said leopard loses skins. So I went and I got the audition, and I got the job. So I never looked back. So.
Were you the youngest in the band at that point?
Yeah, I still am.
Yes.
And they'll never let me forget that. You know.
And was your mom okay with you joining the band at age 15?
Yes and no. She was really happy for me that I was doing something that I really loved. The only problem was myself and my brother. We were both involved with Def Leppard, you know, once I got the job. And so when she said goodbye to both of us.
She lost two sons to that band, didn't she?
Yeah.
So what was that like, being a part of a group on that level at such a young age?
At the time, I was young, and I was just loving doing what I love to do, you know, best. And I wasn't really seeing into the future. But now when I look back at the whole experience of it, it's just been a huge gift. And, you know, to have come through everything that I've come through and be here today is a blessing.
Let's talk about the accident. Take us back to 1984, New Year's Eve, and the car crash.
Yeah, it was actually New Year's Eve day, and I was out driving in the countryside, and this guy wouldn't let me pass, and I started to lose my temper, put my foot down, and as I overtook him, I overshot the corner, and I ended up rolling the car. Fortunately, the sunroof was open, so I actually left through the sunroof. It took my arm, the seatbelt took my arm. I landed in a field, but you know, part of the collection, you know, talking about angels, there were a couple driving down the road, you know, shortly after me. They must have been pretty much right behind me. And Eileen, she was a district nurse, and Roger was a policeman, and they took care of me, and I think they probably saved my life.
You were referring to your latest collection called Angels and Icons, that's being shown at the Wentworth Gallery in Bethesda and in McLean. When did you begin to get into painting?
I started out with photography many years ago. The camera became my friend, because I could express myself with my camera in a way where I couldn't do it with words. And when I came across Wentworth Gallery, they encouraged me to start painting. So this is a pretty involved process, you know, starting out with an image, and then I start using acrylic paints and mixed media, and I start building these wonderful images that you see here.
What is your fascination with the American flag?
Fascination with the American flag is the fact that I'm here. I've been here since 1980. I've been living here since 1991. And my idea of America before I came here versus the reality of America when I got here, it's really been an eye-opener. And America has given me a lot of freedom to be creative.
You said that you have a passion for photography.
Mm-hmm.
When did you develop that passion?
I think from around about 10 years old. And
just taking pictures?
My grandfather gave me a camera, and that was my first start in photography. And where I live as well, or where I lived growing up, beautiful, you know, countryside. So it was easy to appreciate that, and especially taking pictures of it, then I just appreciated it even more.
Do you mix your photography with your paintings ever?
Yes.
So that's what you do?
Yeah, I'll start out with an image, and then I'll start to develop it and start to add paint, and over sometimes long periods of time, I come up with these pieces that you see, and they're really special.
You're going to be showing them tomorrow,
Yes.
and you'll be making appearances at both locations.
Yes.
And you're inviting people to come and take a look, to purchase these various works of art, and a portion of the proceeds will go where?
It goes towards helping our wounded warriors. Because of what I went through, as soon as I came into contact with our wounded warriors, I realized they spoke the same language as me. And I'd suffered for a long time in silence. I didn't even know what PTSD was. And then when I met up with some of our warriors, I realized that I suffered from that myself. And through that meeting, I'm able to heal myself, through being with them and spending time with them and working with them. And it's a big part of my life these days.
You have been such an inspiration to so many people, especially to wounded warriors, because you kind of share that. But at the same time, you have never stopped. You're like the Energizer Bunny. I mean, you continued, what, 30, 40 years with the band?
Yes.
After you lost your left arm, how did you continue to be a drummer?
I developed. My friend helped me develop these foot pedals, so I could play electronic drums using my feet. And that's how I go on. And the fact that we all really love each other, all the guys in the band, through the ups and downs, we end up getting closer. And of course, I pull a lot of my inspiration, from my family, from my wife, my kids. So, I have a good support team around me.
Well, if you would like to come out and meet the Rick Allen, you can do that tomorrow in Bethesda and also at Tyson's Corner. Here are the times. It's 12 to 3 in Bethesda at the Wentworth Gallery there, and then at the Wentworth Gallery in Tyson's Galleria from 6 to 9 p.m. Come out and meet Rick Allen and check out his beautiful artwork.
Fantastic. What a great start to my day. Thank you.
Well, thank you. You're making our day. Still ahead on Let's Talk Live after the break, we'll tell you how you can shop small this spring. Stay with us to see how local small businesses are getting your closet and your garden ready for the warm weather.
And make sure you follow us on Twitter. We do live tweet during the show, and we will post amazing behind-the-scenes photos you don't want to miss. We'll be right back.